And we're back. So it's Thursday afternoon. I am still reading Fire with Fire by Destiny Soria. I am almost done. I am 87% of the way done with this book. It is surprisingly very good. Like, if you can get past this sort of middle grade-esque-ness with like the characters and the writing, and that could just be the audiobook. It really could just be the audiobook. But I'm surprisingly really enjoying it. I am almost done with this. I anticipate I'll finish this today. I've got to do run some errands and stuff, so that gives me a good chunk of time to listen to the audiobook. So I hope to be done with that today. I am still working on Katee Robert's Court of the Vampire Queen. I'm 68% of the way through it, and it's surprisingly very good. There have been a few times where I've laughed out loud because I'm like, oof, that's a little silly. But like, it's only been a few things, and honestly, like, I'm just enjoying the rest of the book so much that it doesn't really matter. We've gotten past some of the initial romance, and now we are firmly into the politics and like how they're gonna get themselves out of this situation that they have gotten themselves in. So I'm really enjoying Court of the Vampire Queen. I'm almost done with it. So for the rest of the reading vlog, I have 3 more audiobooks from the library. Like all at once, which is just how it goes. My audiobooks from the library have come up. I was thinking, you know, maybe they come in one at a time. No, they've come in all at once. I have 4 right now, if you count Fire with Fire, which I am almost done with. So I have The Only One Left by Riley Sager, Vampires of El Norte, which I got a couple days ago, but I just haven't started it yet because I'm not done with Fire with Fire, and Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. Maniscalco? I don't know how you say their last name. That one I downloaded I've like requested on a whim because I was like, maybe, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll try it. It's a YA, and it's a similar vibe to Fire with Fire in that it's about 2 sisters. So there's like really only one similarity. But it says 2 sisters, 1 brutal murder, and a quest for vengeance. I was like, hell yeah, I love a quest for vengeance. So I'm not sure which one I'm going to go for next. Actually, I do know, because I have a certain number of days left. So I have 17 days left for the Vampires of El Norte, and I have 20 days left for Kingdom of the Wicked, and 21 days left for The Only One Left by Riley Sager. All of these are about 12 hours long, which means at the speed that I generally listen to audiobooks, they're about 6 hours, 6 to 7 hours. So I theoretically could get done with them all this weekend if I really work hard. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm hoping that I will get done with one and start another one. I think that's a little bit more realistic. I am hoping that I'll be able to finish Court of the Vampire Queen, and then I would like to start an arc that I have. What's it called? Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands, which is the sequel to Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. That arc is due in January, and I would like to go ahead and get it started because I want to get my arcs done for January because I'm not going to have too much time to read in December. My husband and I are going to Ireland. I'm very excited. I don't anticipate I'll be doing a ton of reading while we're there because we're going to be, you know, sightseeing and doodling around. So I have to work tonight. I have to go pick up the cat from the vet. So I have to work today. I have to work tomorrow. I have to work Saturday, and I have to work Sunday. So I will have time to read while I'm at work. Although I don't know if it's totally appropriate to be reading a Katee Robert book while I'm at work, but we'll see. I am getting ready to heat some lunch up. Got potato soup for lunch. And then after lunch, I'm gonna have a coffee and read some more. That's what I'm doing. Those are my only plans for this weekend. It's just, you know, kind of hanging around. I'm gonna attempt to put these books away. I don't know when that will happen, but we'll see. And yeah, that's that's it. So I will see you when there is more to update. Let me see if I can make it to where my glasses are not reflecting. I finished Fire with Fire, and I also finished Court of the Vampire Queen. So I think that I'm gonna try to refrain from giving a full like synopsis and like thought breakdown until the very end, just because I find myself repeating a lot, and I don't really want to do that, but I did finish it. I attempted to start The Vampires of El Norte by Isabel Cañas, and I found myself kind of like thinking about other things while I was listening. So I paused on that. Then I decided that maybe I'm just not vibing with that one right now. And so then I tried to start Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. I think that's how you say their name. And I was like, not into that. So I went ahead and returned that one. Song of Blood and Stone or something like that by El Penelope. I have the audiobook for that. I still have The Only One Left from the library. I also still have Vampires of El Norte. I haven't given up on that one yet, but I just feel like I'm like missing some stuff. So I'm not really sure which one I'm going to do. I'm going to do my nails. And I like to listen to an audiobook while I do my nails. I also have, A Day of Fallen Night that I would like to finish. I have The Spear Cuts Through Water, which I would like to finish. I have the 3 books from the library still. I've got The Sword of Kaigen by M.L. Wong that I would like to finish. And The Bridge Kingdom on Amazon. Also, The Will of the Many on Amazon. And it seems like there was one other one that I have on Audible. So, yeah. I have too many options. I started the Map of the Otherlands, Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands. Enjoying that so far. I love Wendell. I love his character so much. He is so funny. The stuff that he says to Emily is just hilarious to me. And it's like, it's hilarious and it's also like really endearing and kind of sweet, but snarky and funny at the same time. I don't know how to explain the picking. So like she meets him for breakfast. He's terribly hungover from celebrating his birthday. And she sits down and he goes something along the lines of, Emily, it looks like you got into a wrestling match with your books again. It's so funny. Like the things that he says, oh my God, I love it so much. So I am looking forward to reading some more of that this weekend. So yeah, that's the update. I finished 2 books. Started 3 more, DNF'd 1. I just don't think I'm not in the right place to read Kingdom of the Wicked. And I'm going to do my nails. I have work tonight. So yeah. All right. I will be back. Okay. It is Sunday afternoon and here is the update on the reading. I am 60% of the way through The Only One Left by Riley Sager. I am enjoying it, but it is predictable. I feel like I've predicted what's going to happen. I know that there is like several twists and I feel like I know what it's going to be, but we'll see if I eat my words. I'm enjoying it 60% of the way through. I should finish it today, hopefully. I am working on Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands. I'm enjoying it already. Emily and Wendell together, chef's kiss. I love it so much. And I'm tempted to wait for the audiobook because I read the first one with the audiobook and I loved it. And I'm already enjoying this. I know I'm going to love it, but I'm tempted to wait for the audiobook just because I want that, like the same, I hope it's the same narrator. Anyway, so I don't know. I might go ahead and like leave my review because I know I'm gonna love it. I know it's good. I can tell from the first, I've read like the first 2 chapters. But anyways, so the bigger update is this. We went to McKay's, and to Bookmarks, and I made some finds. I got a hardback copy of The Wicked King for $9.25. This is, pretty sure it's a first edition. I'm sure it is because it was, yeah. I don't see a print number though. Anyways, first edition of this, so now I can officially start collecting the hardbacks of these. I have the paperbacks. I have the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition for The Stolen Heir. I would like the Barnes & Noble exclusive editions of these, but we'll see. I found a US first edition of Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. This has deckled edges. I paid $13 for this. This is in really good shape. These are going online for kind of a lot. So, I don't know, but this is one that I have been wanting to read. It's Susanna Clarke. I read Piranesi about 2 years ago, and I really enjoyed Piranesi, so I would like to read this. But for $13 with this cover, I couldn't pass it up. I found, and I recently sold, so I had the Six of Crows duology. I had first editions of both with the sprayed edges. I sold them. I immediately regretted selling them because I haven't read them, but I wanted them. I found another first edition of The Six of Crows. $15. So, anywho. Okay, this one was kind of interesting. I found, this is one that I'm planning on reading, found a hardback copy of The Ruin of Kings by Jen Lyons. So I have a Kindle version of this. I almost didn't buy it, but I flipped it open just to see. And, well, I saw this stamp. I have another of this person's books. So I saw the stamp and I was like, okay, well, I have to get it. And I rarely see hardbacks of the first book. I've always seen the other books, but very rarely this one. So got that. It was $12. I got Gods of Jade and Shadow by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. Kind of same thing. I wasn't sure I was going to get this, but I opened it up and I saw this, and I have 3 or 4 of Caleb Masters' books. So I bought that. I got this. This is one that I've been wanting to read. I just haven't done it yet. This is one that I have been wanting to read. I just haven't done it. I'm positive I'm going to like it because it's the main character in death. So it sounds right up my alley. Oh my God. It has this sticker on the back that says that this is a gift from Bookmarks, a nonprofit literary arts organization. All of my favorite things, McKay's, Bookmarks, Caleb Masters Library. Anyway, so got this for $10. Then we went to Bookmarks. I have not read any of this series. I feel positive that I will like it because people that I follow online rave about this series. I have a hold for the first one in the series in the library, but when I went to Bookmarks and saw this and saw that it was signed, I knew that I had to have it. I got a signed copy of Murtaugh. I don't know if that's how you say it, by Christopher Paolini. I really like these end papers. I really need to do an updated signed collection of my books because I don't think that I got them all. In my first video, I have a lot, and like my collection has doubled. Anyways, so I got a signed copy of Murtaugh. I'm very excited to have. The page numbers are on the side of the page. How strange. Anyway, so I'm very excited to have a copy of this that's signed. Also, I just really like this cover. I don't know what it is. It's giving 1980s vibes, but modern cover. So, that's my little tiny book haul. I have too many books. I need to stop buying books. I have a whole stack of books that I am going to give to McKay's, because I get store credit. I really need to do that. I got these 3 from McKay's for $40. I got these 2 from the McKay's in Greensboro for $20, $25-ish. And then this one was $30 at Bookmarks, but I had a $10 credit, and so I got it for $20. This many books for less than $100. So, yeah, I spent more money than I intended to this weekend on books. I really need to stop taking our weekend trip to McKay's. Just because this. Anywho, that's it. That's it for the update. I have to work this afternoon. Then after that, Richie and I are coming back home. We have been watching, okay, I'm upset at myself for liking this show. We have been watching Reacher on Amazon. And it is a buddy cop monster of the week whodunit sort of vibe. It's my favorite kind of TV show. I love a whodunit, okay? It does not pass the Bechdel test, and it's really dumb, but I really like it. So we've been watching a lot of TV this weekend. Anyways, that's the update. I hope that I will be able to finish, what's it called? The Only One Left this weekend. And I don't know if I'll be able to finish The Vampires of El Norte for this reading vlog. I definitely won't be able to finish Song of Blood and Stone because I haven't even started it yet. But we'll see. I guess it kind of depends on how much reading I get done before I go to work. So I will be back when there's more to update. Welcome back. So this is the end of the reading vlog. Here is the update. Let's start with Court of the Vampire Queen. I finished that on Friday, I think it was. I really enjoyed Court of the Vampire Queen. So that book follows Mina, and Mina is, or believes she is, half vampire, half human. And in this world, there are what's called a bloodline vampire, which is a vampire who is born and they have special powers. Her father is a very strong bloodline vampire. He has a lot of children. When she gets to be about 25-ish, I think she is. And you should check trigger warnings for this book. When she gets to be about 25, he essentially sends her to another bloodline vampire to either be kind of like a human blood bag or to get pregnant. And it's kind of political. It's very complicated. When she arrives, she finds that the bloodline vampire that she's essentially been given to is not what he seems. And it turns into a polyamorous romance. It's a MMMF romance. It was surprisingly good. Okay, you have to remember that when you're reading a book like this, like, if you can get some substance in between the romance, it's good. Like, you're not reading this for the substance. You're not reading this for the plot. Okay, but this one had some plot and it had some political stuff, and I love a political thing. Like, if there's going to be some politics and some scheming and some, that kind of thing, you got me. There were a few times where it kind of like something would happen and it was like, that's like I know we're talking about vampires, but that's not even realistic. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. I would have given that one like a 3.5 to a 4 star. It was a good time. I read it to have a good time. The next book that I finished was Fire with Fire by Destiny Soria. I enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I was going to, which I have said numerous times. So this book follows Dani and Eden. They are dragon hunters. So in this world, there are dragon slayers They go out, they hunt dragons. Dragons are almost extinct. Dani meets a dragon, finds out that she has a soul bond with said dragon, which basically means that they were born at the exact same time. They can communicate telepathically with each other. And Eden just wants... Eden is very complex. Eden likes to follow the rules. Eden is the older sister. Dani has a lot of natural talent. Eden is jealous of Dani's natural talent. She thinks that Dani is squandering her natural talent, but because Dani just wants to like have a summer job and hang out with her friends. There's also sorcerers, and it's kind of complex. It was really good. What I think I liked most about this book is that Eden has anxiety, and she very openly discusses what it's like for her with her anxiety. And she essentially sells part of her soul basically to get power and to get rid of her anxiety. And I just find that so interesting because she ends up regretting her choice, which I think that was the right way to go. And she realizes that, like, yeah, it sucked, but it was kind of like what made her her. It's like just part of her, who she is. Anyways, I found this to be really good. I think that the audiobook is what possibly made it feel middle grade to me. Just something, sometimes with certain narrators, like if their voice sounds particularly young or something like that, it can make things come off sort of younger. I would say this is still on the younger side of YA, but I did really enjoy this. I gave this a 3.75 stars. I think this was good. I might look into reading the second book in the series, but I feel like this one wrapped up nicely enough where I'm not like, oh, if I don't read the second book in the series, like I'm going to explode. So really enjoyed that. I also finished The Only One Left by Riley Sager. I like thriller books. I like the idea of thrillers, but I can almost always predict what's going to happen. And I predicted this one right away. I knew from the beginning what the twist was going to be. And then the kind of second twist that happened, you know, like the, like, it's like there's one big twist and then there's kind of like another where it's like, what? I didn't really see that one coming, but I also feel like there wasn't enough. It just felt like it came out of nowhere. I liked this. I liked the other Riley Sager book that I read better. I read Home Before Dark. I like that one much better than I like this one. What I did like about this one is it's about a house crumbling into the sea. Chef's Kiss. I have read 3 or 4 books now about a house crumbling into the sea. I love a house crumbling into the sea. This is, I never gave the synopsis. So the Only One Left follows Kit, and Kit has some stuff happening in her past that we don't really know much about. She eventually tells us about it. Kit is a caretaker, basically. I think kind of like a CNA. Like that was sort of the vibes that I got. She's not a full-fledged nurse, but she is able to be a caretaker, and she works for a company that, you know, contracts out people to be caretakers of people who need caretaking. So Kit is kind of in trouble with her job. She gets offered this position to go take care of Leonora Hope, who supposedly murdered her family in the 20s. This is set in the 80s. So she supposedly murdered her whole family in the 20s, but there was never any proof to like put her in jail. And so she's been living in her mansion that's crumbling into the sea. She gets there. She's had a stroke. She can only use one hand. She can't talk. And things get really weird. She finds out that Leonora, can move her hand enough to type. And so Leonora starts telling her what happened all those years ago. It's like Lizzie Borden. It's Lizzie Borden, but in a different story. Anyways, I enjoyed this, but it was not my favorite Riley Sager. I've only read 2 Riley Sagers, so, you know, it is what it is. I do like the cover a lot, though. I love this contrast with the red and the blue. It's very eye-catching. I think it was good, but, yeah, not my favorite. I gave this one a 3.75 star as well. That's what I read this weekend. As far as like as far as Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands, I decided I knew that I was going to like that book a lot. I could just tell. So I went ahead and left my review on NetGalley, and I think I've decided that I'm going to buy the audiobook when it comes out. Because it's coming out in January, and I just really wanted to listen. I wanted the same experience that I had with the first book with the second. That's kind of important to me a lot of times with series. I just find that it's easier, if I start a series one way, it's easier for me to continue the series the same way. I know that that book is going to be phenomenal, and I am so excited for it to come out. So that's where I'm at with that. I have a couple more arcs that I need to get through before January. I have 2 more. I have the Unbound, which is kind of a fairy tale retelling, I think, and The Parliament, which sounds really weird. It's about these people who get trapped in a library, and there's owls, like big owls that attack and are like ripping people apart outside of the library. I don't know. I saw the title, and then I read the synopsis, and I was like, that sounds really weird. I want to read it. And so I requested it, and I got it. So I need to get those done. I'm pretty excited to start those, and we'll probably be doing that in another reading vlog. This weekend is Thanksgiving, so I don't know how much reading I'll get done. Richie and I are celebrating Thanksgiving with my family earlier this week. We're celebrating with his family later in the week. We'll see what I'm able to get done reading-wise. But yeah, that is the vlog, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!